have your weights for a moment beside you. So we are live. Welcome. Tuesday morning. So my Monday, and we'll all together start with a warming up from kind of head to toe. Shirley, good morning. Letting your arms go a little bit side to side. And then circling hands and wrists. And the other way around. I had a German friend, an old school friend from 1986, giving me a text this morning saying she was in Miami, Florida.
Oh.
She is from Hamburg, and she said it was so cold, it's so cold in Europe, and it was a spontaneous, quick trip. I was like, whoa, that's amazing. She can do a spontaneous, quick trip. And now she's back in Hamburg, being in the cold, she said. But they had fun in Miami.
So she's more in the north?
She's from north. Hamburg is the northern part, yes. It's easier from Europe to fly, of course, to the East Coast than extending the trip out to the West Coast. I was like, well, you didn't come see me.
Too cold here.
Too cold. So push and push. That's a whole nother flight, kind of. So let your arms relax. Right shoulder is up and down and left and down and right and left and right. Up shoulder shrugs. Let's try both shoulders together. Lift, down, lift, and easy on the down face. Good. Let's do right shoulder circle and left. And right, and left, and right. Think of the word gentle and easy. Let's bring it forward, one shoulder at a time. And circle back both shoulders at the same time. Good. And front. Good. Let your hands push front. Over and out. One arm high, the other low. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. One more. And switch. Good. Hands to knees. Let's do the toe taps and the fingertips. Double checking if you're sitting as tall as we can. Not too stiff, not too loose, somewhere in between. And going from side to side. And then taking it from side to side with your heels. Good. Let's try this one. Toes go out and in. Heels go out and in. Toes and heels. And toes. Good. Keep going. And heels. And toes. And heels. Little faster. Just kind of speeding the same movement up. Good. Now let's try the next one. Heel, in. Heel, in. Heel touch to the front. Now your opposite arm may push front with flexed hands. It does say opposite arm, and then I did same arm, same leg. Shame on me. Here we go. Here we go. Heel touch. Heel touch. And then we speed it up. Good. Now let's take that same movement, but bring it out right and in, left and in, right and left, right and left and right and left. And then we'll speed it up again. Quick. Higher with the arms. See how that goes for you. And we go down. Good. March it out with me. So think this is a leisure march, a seated march, and you just start looking around the room, noticing what's in the room on either side. Just serves to change and move our neck a little bit. You might even want to make it a brain exercise, a little bit of think, what do I see on one side? And then trying to remember what did you see on the other side. Good. Let's do the next one. Out, in, out, in. And our arms push out to the side, or let them swing out to the side. This broad movement. Yeah, sounds like lunch is gonna be served in your room. Good. Let's try the next one where we bring our foot off the floor a bit.
I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, let's go heel, march, bringing the front feet off. So just about the heel is touching to the floor. And we'll try to walk it out to the side on our heels. And then switching to the ball of the foot and walking back our feet on the ball of the foot. So it's heels, walking out on our heels, and then switching to the ball of the foot and coming back together. Let's do this one more time together. So on our heels, we walk it out, good adjustment. And then switching to your ball of the foot and bring it back in. Good. Rock it forward and back, hands and feet, ankles, rocking forward and back. Double checking your breathing, how you're doing. And then walking your feet out wide. And back together. And one more time like so. And walking your feet back together. Good. So now we take our arms to the side. Palms turn up. Palms turn down. 1, 2. 1, 2. Just getting familiar with the movement, how it feels different as you turn your palms up and down. Having the arms out to the side. Take some strength on our part. Good. Now with our palms up. Right hand comes into your shoulder, left face out. And switch. Switch. So warming up those bicep muscles. Good. Now both arms come forward, palms face up. And again, we'll bring our right hand in towards our right shoulder and switch. Now we'll bring our hands in towards our hips. And let the arms be formed back and in and back and in. So warming up your triceps and the upper arm, the back of your arm. So reaching towards the wall behind you. Good. And bring the hands back to your knees, tapping. Good. Tapping with your right foot. And left. And right. And left. And one more time, our right foot. Just a joyful tapping up and down. And left. Relax your feet and let it begin to circle. Rotate your forearms around one another. So we'll rotate to the right. Gentle transrotation. And from your right to your left, rotating from your waist, from your trunk. Now let us reverse the direction of our circle. And again, rotate to your right. And then to your left, or to the other side again. So you're mobilizing your waist, coming back to the front. Reverse the direction. Now we elevate our arms up, so ideally above heart level. Giving our heart a bit more of a workout. And coming back down, below heart level. Here we go. Up, 2, 3, 4. Down, reverse the direction. And reverse direction, going up. 2, 3, 4. Reverse direction. Coming down. One more time. Reverse direction. Circling up. 2, 3, 4. Reverse direction and coming down. 2, 3, 4. Now we reach high with the right. Low with the right. Diagonal reach. You give a big sweep out to the right and down to the left. And now your left arm is the one that sweeps diagonally down to your right and up high to your left. Let's come back together with our feet. And we'll take our feet back into a seated march. Now the physical movement of the step is taking it back and alternating the leg. Back and front, back and front, back. Ready for the arms? As the arms goes, reach back with one step. So if you like to go a bit faster, you can take shorter steps. And if you like to go slower, you can make long strides. Good. So hands come to knees, feet hip width apart, and we'll start rotating counterclockwise from our pelvis, rotating. Are you ready to change directions? Front rotations. Let's change direction one more time. Rotating small circles. Make them work for you. And reverse the direction. All right, and then coming straight up. So we'll begin to lean towards the right side as if you pick up your handheld weight on your right and then you decide, no, I'm going to pick it up on our left. So a couple of these side leans from right to left, which is also a nice seated balance workout. Mobility, stretching workout. So now the next time you're coming straight back up, take a pause. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and release. Squeezing our shoulder blades together and release. Double checking that you are breathing within your comfort range and release. And one more time. So I think we are more than warmed up and we'll start with our strength training from here. So if you want to take your handheld weights, Bruce, yours are underneath the chair there. We all got him. Oh. All right. So the first guideline for all of us is to sit tall when we start with strength training, and knowing that when we sit upright and tall, our breathing is better, functions better, and our alignment is better. We'll start with our right arm. It comes straight forward. So we're going to work on your shoulder strengthening. And then you come straight down towards your knee. So lifting up and down. And 3. Now the next time you come from here, you can let the arm come all the way beside your leg. And then what this does is gives you a longer leverage. Just like you would take a longer walk. So it's a little further up and down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do 2 more. 9 and 10. Good. And then we'll switch over to our left arm. So we'll start on our knee, if you will, just allowing the weight to rest on your left knee and bringing it up about shoulder height, shoulder level, and back down towards the knee. And 2, lifting for 3. And then next time you lower your arm, you can also here go all the way full range of motion down along the side of your leg. 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, breathing in and out. 7. Let's do 3 more. And that's on the last repetition. So we'll go back to our right leg, right arm from here. And this time we take our handheld weight. We have an underhand grip. And we'll have it on our knee. Good. And then going down towards the side of your neck. We'll curl the forearm up and back down. 2 and 3, 4, 5. Squeezing from that bicep. 6 and last 4. One more. And then switching to your other side. So here we go. Letting the arm come straight down. And curling the forearm up. And 3. And 4. So watch the movement. Your palm is facing you. Good. And the forearm is coming up. 6, 7, and 8, 9, and the last one here. Now, is it for the most of us easy? Would you be able to do another set of 10 on those? Okay. Well, let's do another set of 10. So let's start with your right arm again. it straight down, and we go up, 1. So we'll work with less resistance, but more repetitions, which is also a good way to work when you have, let's say, on the beginning session or any joint issues. Also, someone with high blood pressure, they recommend more resistance, more repetitions. So there's many good ways to approach it that way. Let's go 1 more. And then it's going to be your other arm, starting with your arm straight and curling up. Has any one of you ever been in the Bahamas? Just thinking about the Zouk, kind of Caribbean or Bahamas. Does it sound like fun to go? When you hear the music like that, and I don't know what the image is back there really. Or would you rather like to go to Alaska where it's nice and snowy and or to Iceland? One last one. So now what we'll do next is we begin with our hip flexor by lifting the right foot off the floor a bit, holding it like so for a second, and then lowering the foot back down. And we'll stay on that right leg for the hip flexor on the right side. So lift for 1 and down. 2, keeping your body upright and tall. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's do another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's add a knee extension into it, a leg extension with our right leg. So we'll go straight front this time and then back down. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and also here the last 4, and 3, 2, 1, and then transitioning to our left leg. And the first one we'll do is again just the foot coming off the floor and then coming back down for the hip flexor. 2, 3, 4, 5, and the next 5 repetitions. Everyone is breathing. I have to ask that every once in a while. So now with the next sequence, it's our left leg that continues working. Again, we'll extend the leg straight forward and back down. 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and the last 3, 2, and 1. So let's try another exercise together to strengthen our hamstring muscle underneath the upper back of our leg. And we'll start with your right leg by sliding that right foot a little bit more towards the chair, and then coming back, meeting with your left foot. Sliding back for 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, and the last 3. Everyone okay with that movement from your knee joint, from your knee? Okay. So let's switch it to our other side. And again, sitting tall before we move extremities. And then taking that left foot, lower that back. 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Shake your legs out a little bit in between, like Jello, shaking your mouth. All right, the next part, what we'll do is taking the right foot of ours out to the side and then in. It's an abduction, so away from the midline and in. And 3, 4. So that strengthens the muscles around your hip joint. 6, 7, 8. Excuse me, 9, 10, and then transition into your left to the other side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So the next sequence focuses on our inner side. So what we'll do is we'll take our feet about shoulder width apart, so a little wider than before. And now the focus is to bring the right foot in to your left. And then back out. 2, 3, 4, 5. So coming as close as you comfortably can go in towards that left foot. To recruit the muscles on the inner side. 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then take a brief pause and adjusting now your left foot coming in as close as possible to your right. Your left foot may or may not touch the right foot, so that's not so relevant. If you can do it, then go ahead and do it, but stay within your comfort range. And let's do another 5 repetition. And the last 2. Good. So now let's focus back to our shoulder for a moment, our upper body. And what we'll do is we'll start working with our right hand, and we'll place this right hand onto our hip. And then your elbow tucks in. Now what the physical movement looks like, I show it from the other side so you can see it there too. You want to reach the forearm back. There you go. You want to reach the forearm back. That's for your tricep. 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then make a transition to your left working arm, tucking that elbow in, and your forearm reaches back, and your elbow's almost straight, and then coming back to bending your elbow. 2, 3, keeping your wrist nice and steady here as you work with that changing movement of your forearm. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So, and then lastly, we have our arms by our sides, and letting your arms relax while you hold your weight. And we'll bring our shoulders up to a shoulder shrug one more time as you hold your weights and lowering your shoulders back down. Here we go. 2, so this is again for strengthening our shoulder. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. The last 2 as we breathe in and out. All right, now let's do this. Let's place the weights on the floor or on your chair, how you usually approach this. So you have your hands free. And allow your hands and wrists to ease out a bit by just circling in one direction and the other. And then maybe shaking your arms out a little bit, shoulders, wrists, fingers. And then shaking one leg out a little bit and your other. Just kind of shaking loose. So, all right. So we are moving on to our buttocks. We strengthen our buttocks. They're also part of stability movement exercises where we squeeze our buttocks together. And then I like for you to hold this for 3 seconds. So 1, 2, 3. And then let go and release your buttocks again. I want to stay with the focus on squeeze your glutes. Breathe as you hold for 1 count, 2, and 3. And then release and relax the muscles in your buttocks. Squeeze, hold the contraction, 2, 3, and then letting go again. Also a good one for the hip flexors when you squeeze your buttocks. Squeeze, 1, 2, 3, and release. And squeeze again those buttocks, holding as you breathe in and out, and letting go. And squeeze the buttocks, 2, 3, and release. And tighten your glutes, breathing, 2, 3, and release. Let's do this 4 more times. Tighten and hold, 2, 3. Slowly letting go of the contraction. Squeezing our buttocks as we inhale, 2, 3, and release. And 2 more times. Squeezing your buttocks nice and tight. Hold as you inhale and exhale. And let go. And the last one, squeeze. Squeezing in and out. And release. Good. So feeling those buttocks engaged. Also great stress reliever. I like those when I'm on the bus and something bugs me. So the next one is our abdominal muscle group. So there are abdominals in the front, along the side. And what we'll do is we'll do the rocking chair. So where you lean a little bit back, but we want to try not to rely on the back of the chair. So just recruiting abdominals here. And let's give a little time. So when you lean back, hold the position for 1, 2, 3, and then come straight back up. Keeping ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Leaning back, 1, 2, 3, and coming straight back up. Leaning back, holding, 2, 3, and coming straight back up. Now we can adjust arm positions a bit, like so. You have your arms crossed over in front of your chest, elbows are down, and coming straight back up. And back. 1, 2, 3. Coming straight back up. Let's do one more like so. Rock back, feet are grounded on the floor. 2, 3. Coming straight back up, and then we'll extend our arms straight forward, and we rock back, holding, 2, 3, coming straight back up, and lean back, 1, 2, 3, coming straight back up, and one more time, and holding, 2, 3, and coming straight back up. Now hands to knees and hinging forward from your hip, letting your head relax and stretching out here in the lumbar region as you also relax your abdominal muscles. Begin to roll back up your spine slowly from your low back, your mid back, upper back, shoulders, neck, and head. And repeat. Move forward from your hip. Now you can always reach down with one arm or both arms towards your lower limbs, connected with your hands to your limbs. that supports your back and your spine. And so you have your hands supported on your limbs. And then taking your hands back to your knees and rolling back up your spine. So and then we'll bring our right knee up. So if you like, stretch your hands underneath your tibia or underneath your thigh, either way. And you can draw the knee in a little bit close to you and try to round as if you try to bring the forehead maybe forward a little bit. And this is also a nice way to stretch out your spine. And then circling your foot and ankle in one direction. And the other direction. And then lowering your right leg back down and then sitting as tall for a moment as you can. So noticing the difference between a rounded spine and coming back to a long upright spine. We'll take our left leg, so either is fine, holding underneath your thigh or underneath your knee, and then bringing the knee up a little bit. And again, as if you want to bring your forehead a little closer to your knee, somewhere in there, breathing in and out. And circling your foot and ankle in one direction. So however it works for you. If you sit in the chair upright and tall, you can also just circle your ankle and go the other way around. And coming to a stop, and again lowering your foot down to the floor and then sitting again as tall as you can. So now we'll go and finish up with a couple of pelvic tilts, seated pelvic tilts. Sometimes you may have seen them standing, seated, lying down. So when you have a pelvic tilt, what it does is it changes the position from neutral spine to tilting your pelvis forward and then tilting your pelvis back. So your tailbone is back and then tilting your pelvis forward. It's almost like you have a little C curve. Can you see my tailbone, how it tucks under? And now can you see my tailbone, how it goes into the kind of curved position? Yeah. So rocking forward and back between those two slowly. And you make them as small or as large as you like.
So just need to ask about where to get more.
Rocking forward
Wait a second. Oh, sorry.
and back.
Oh,
And again, I'm just changing sides so people can see it a little better. Rocking front and back. It's almost like, think about you're holding a bowl in your hands. And there's water in that bowl, and you don't want to spill the water in the back nor in the front. So it's kind of that type of motion. And try to now bring your spine into neutral where you don't feel excessively tilted forward nor back, but it's somewhere in between. Good. So the next one is with our feet a little wider apart, and we are doing a shift, a buttock shift, a weight shift, seated, where we shift a little bit more weight towards our right buttock, and then coming back in the middle, and a little bit more weight to your left buttock. And you may or may not feel the other side coming off the chair, or a little less pressure on the sits bones. So becoming aware of the weight shift. And imagine you're balancing an object on the top of your head, and that can assist with seated posture. Good. And then coming back into the center position where you feel mostly equal weight over both buttocks. We'll take our right leg straight forward with that heel resting. and your toes pointing up. So this is coming to the end of our session with our stretching class.
Okay.
Elevator is working. Elevator is working. So we lean forward from the hip. Stretching out the muscles in the back of your leg. Good deep breaths in and out. And let's come straight back up. And let's switch your leg from here. Same stretch with your other leg. Toes point up. And again, gradually leaning forward helps or can assist to feel the stretch a bit more. Play around a bit how that works for you. And come straight back up. So we'll take our right leg out to the side, and again here too. So we'll kind of have a diagonal angle and stretching out the inner thigh. Letting your left arm reach up, maybe forming an arch a little bit. And you can have the arm also lower, like so, whatever works for you here. So a couple of multi-stretching going on the side of your torso, the inner thighs. Takes a little more of the strength to hold the arm up at the same time for some of us maybe. And then lowering your left arm back down. Takes it right back in. And here we go, left leg extends out to a diagonal. And then once you settle in, your right arm comes up and over. And lowering the right arm back down, coming back in. We'll take our right leg and foot up for a moment, circling foot and ankle in one direction. And reverse. We heard the elevator is working, so meaning lunges downstairs. Okay, and switch. And reverse the direction. All right, bon voyage for today. Have a good lunch.
It's lunchtime. Can you believe it?